morning, it's Susan with the Noonan Carnegie Library, and I'm here with another book review for you. Today I want to talk about this excellent historical fiction book, The Black Swan of Paris by Karen Robards. This book was wonderful. I've been trying to read more historical fiction because I always really enjoy historical fiction, especially when it's written so well. Delving back into the past and reading people's stories, whether it's during World War II, World War I always find it super fascinating. So I always enjoy any kind of historical fiction, and this book was no exception. So this book was really captivating. This book is about World War II. It's set in Paris, of course, the Black Swan of Paris, and it's about Genevieve. Genevieve is a performer. She sings and dances, and she's very popular in Paris, and her title is the Black Swan of Paris. She's very famous, and she goes on radio stations and sings there. She does private parties, so she's very famous in Paris. But Genevieve also has a secret. She's also secretly involved in the resistance. This book is set in 1944, so the Nazis have occupied Paris, and she passes messages along, she sings, she gives code. When she and her manager go places, he is also involved in the resistance and he passes messages along. So it's a very dangerous place for Genevieve to be. She's surrounded by Nazis all the time because they really admire her. They come to her shows, and she's put herself in a very precarious situation. Her position of privilege allows her to eat the finest food, be in the finest company. She gets to go past all the roadblocks. She has a special pass where she won't be searched. So her celebrity really helps her become this important part of the resistance, even though she is initially reluctant to join this. But her manager basically kind of forces her into it. So that's a very interesting part of the story. So a lot of the book is concentrated on Genevieve's past. We kind of get some flashbacks, and we find out that she is estranged from her family for very tragic reasons. Well, she discovers that her mother has been captured by the Nazis, and she has to become even more a part of the resistance to try to get her mother back before something horrible happens to her. And suddenly she finds herself not just fighting the Nazis, but also trying to get around the resistance, whom also might want to hurt her mother. So this is a fascinating story. It kept me on the edge of my seat trying to find out what would happen. I loved reading about Genevieve and all of her past, her thoughts and feelings, and how she tried to hide who she really was. She was a really buttoned up person because she was trying to escape her past, and just seeing her heartbreak and how she felt about being estranged from her parents, it was really sad and moving. This book is really about unconditional love and family, no matter how far apart you are, how you can come back together for a very important reason. So I really enjoy this. I liked the characters in this book, not just Genevieve and Max and Lillian, who's her mother. Max is her manager, but all the other side characters like her maid, Berth, Otto, who's their driver, but is also really in the resistance. So I found all of the characters in here to just leap off the page. So I really enjoyed this book. It was a great historical fiction book. So once again, it's The Black Swan of Paris by Karen Robards. I highly recommend this book. Come on in, it'll be here on our special shelf. Check it out, read it, and let us know what you think about it. This is a decent sized book, so it took me a little bit to read, but I really enjoyed it. So I hope you guys do too. So let us know what you think in the comments about this book, and join us again soon for more book reviews.